And we've got some behind-the-scenes videos playing here in the stadium. And have a look back at the tournament as a whole. This is the third day of individual competition. We've been through the men's Sabre, Osanguk, looking really, really strong.
He was amazing. He was down 7-2 in the finals, never looked concerned, and he won 15-12, yeah.
Against Andras Satmari of Hungary, who had the home crowd supporting him and cheering him on behind him.
The energy in the room on Monday was amazing.
And then Natalie Mulhausen in women's épée. That was pretty special as well.
Yeah, it was. Her reaction at the end was so beautiful.
That was a priority minute, wasn't it? Right at the very end. And yeah, she was in floods of tears.
Yeah. Such a wholesome reaction.
Yeah.
And she switched from Italy at some point.
Yeah, she switched from Italy to Brazil. She had won a medal, I think, in World Championships in the past, but for Italy. The first one for Brazil, and it was a gold.
It might be Brazil's first World Championship win ever, is that right?
Yeah, I think so. And then women's foil, well, Ina Dereglazova.
Surprising nobody.
The ice queen. She's won pretty much everything all season. And the only surprise was that there might have been a wobble sometimes when you come in with such a win record.
Yeah.
To actually convert that into the win, but she was absolutely
she was totally dominant.
Yeah, dominant. Yeah. And then men's épée, that was another highlight. Gergely Siklosi, the local fencer, beating Sergei Bida in the final there of men's épée.
That was amazing. The final bout was awesome. His semi-final was really good. What a day for him.
Yeah, and in Hungary as well, because you win a gold medal here on home soil.
It's a really big deal.
It is a very, very big deal. Hungarian fencers, they're the top sportsmen in Hungary, effectively.
One of my Hungarian friends who knows nothing about fencing heard that he was in the final and tried to buy tickets, but it was already completely sold out.
Yeah, you could not. Every seat was taken.
Fans supporting Ukraine. Yes, we have that as well. Okay, so good.
So we're a few minutes away from getting the second of the women's Sabre finals underway.
So Kharlan and Pascu have been fencing each other since 2006, and currently Kharlan has a 5-2 winning record in direct elimination bouts. But a lot of those bouts were 15-14.
Yeah.
So the last few times it has not been that close. They've fenced twice this season, and it's been 15-9 and then 15-6 in Kharlan's favor. But this is a semi-final at World Championships. Pascu's obviously fencing very well, so we'll see what happens today.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. We've also got men's foil coming up. And in the men's foil, it's Marcus Mepstead of Great Britain.
Also having a phenomenal day.
And not the Brit you would have thought. Richard Cruz won a silver medal last time, and he went out in the
64.
In the 64, yeah. And Mepstead will be up against Son of Korea.
Marcus Mepstead crushed Foconi. In the first round, I think he was up 12-1.
Yeah. So here we go. This is the second of the semi-finals. It is Bianca Pascu against Olga Kharlan. This proves this is going to be an absolute humdinger, because Bianca Pascu is on incredible form today. World rank number 19, but a really, really talented fencer, and she is up against Olga Kharlan. And Olga Kharlan, well, has won this tournament three times before. And if she wins here tonight, Olga Kharlan could make history and become one of the only two fencers to win more than 4 individual women's world championship medals. So we've got Kharlan against Pascu.
Who was the other fencer?
Vitsali.
Oh.
6.
Of course.
Yeah, so she's got a bit of a way to go to get 6. But if she can win this semi and then win the gold, so referee will be Luigi Margiolotti. Kharlan on the left of your screen, Pascu on the right. And we're underway in the second of these semi-finals. Olga Kharlan against Bianca Pascu.
Pascu's the first one to go for an action. Unfortunately, she does not get the blade. That's the flavor of the year touch.
Right on the back line.
So patient from Kharlan. She never had the distance to finish, so she just didn't.
Oh. It's looking good for Kharlan, you've got to say. She started well, started better of the two.
That's the second time Pascu's moved before he said fence.
If she does that again, she'll get a yellow card.
Could be a yellow card, exactly.
Another offence, it becomes a red card and gifts a point to your opponent. Starting early, such an advantage in Sabre.
Yeah, it's so important to calm your nerves at this point.
Oh. Fencing's often referred to, or Sabre fencing's often referred to as a game of paper, scissors, stone. Basically predicting what your opponent's going to do. And we talked to John Southfield, the British team coach. He said it's actually more complicated than that. So that's only one third of the issue. You can also try and persuade your opponent to do something else.
Exactly.
Or you could go in eyes open and just kind of perceive what's going on and wait for your opponent to do something and then make a reaction.
They throw stone and then you throw paper afterwards.
But decision-making is so vital. Decision-making at speed.
Yeah, it's the speed part that makes it really tricky.
Wow.
So Kharlan is asking him to look to see if she took the blade, but he says that he saw both of them trying to take the blade, and so he's probably not going to overturn that unless he sees something very different in video. Because there you see her searching in 4, and Kharlan, yeah, also searching in 4. So
4 being a line of attack and defense. We won't go into explaining all the different lines, but
it's the third time she's done that.
Yeah, yellow card now coming out.
And like Graham said before, she has to be careful because if she does that again, it'll be a point to her opponent.
Well, that time Kharlan accepts it.
Yep. The same action as before. Both of them go for the blade, but the attacker has priority in the case that both of them do the same thing. If they both make a mistake, if they both do something right, the attacker still has priority. Wow, fantastic distance.
She almost didn't need to get the parry in there. The attack had almost fallen short and failed anyway.
That's the best kind of parry, one that you don't even need.
Yeah, you're just there as a kind of safety belt.
Yeah.
8-5, they go to the break, and Olga Kharlan is looking in really good shape, really good form.
This is a 1-minute break. Olga Kharlan from Ukraine up
She's forcing Pascu to take risks to get her touches, but she's scoring her own touches fairly easily.
So what will the Romanian coach be saying to Pascu?
If I were him, I would tell her to add some acceleration in the beginning of the touches instead of just kind of being slow or just kind of being fast immediately. Kind of what we were saying for the last one for Giontura. She just feels like she's trapped in what Kharlan is doing, and the best way to break out of that is to change your preparation and often keep rotating it. A lot of the time when you're fencing someone really strong and dominant like Kharlan, they get you stuck in a certain rhythm by way of the footwork that they're doing. And you just have to kind of abstract yourself from that, make a decision, and change something pretty frequently so they don't have the ability to do that as much.
Yeah, they're not going to predict.
But we'll see what happens.
Yep.
The Romanians really like to wait and watch a lot, but against Kharlan, that doesn't really work very well.
So here we go with the second period. Kharlan ahead, 8-5.
Nice touch. And I like what we saw from Pascu right before the touch there. She took a second to compose herself before she got on guard. In addition to having trouble in the middle, she's having a hard time defending herself. I'm not sure she stopped any of Kharlan's long attacks yet.
Well, Kharlan won the Grand Prix in Seoul this year, but then backed it up with a win at the European Championships in Budapest. And she really does perform well on the big stage.
Yeah, she does.
None bigger than the World Championships.
It is again. She just doesn't really have an answer for Kharlan's attack. I think she's being a little bit passive, and if she was a little more aggressive in defense, maybe that would work better, but it's hard.
And you can see the body language now of Bianca Pascu.
Yeah, it doesn't look super confident. I think she had the opportunity to take over the attack there, but she missed the chance with her footwork, and you can see clearly right here that Kharlan starts first with her feet.
Yeah.
And I think Pascu may have hit off target as well.
So Luigi Martellotti.
You can kind of see with their gesturing with their hands that one
Yeah.
starts before the other, and then the second is reacting to that.
Just chatting through with Willem Madder.
Kosha?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, and the decision stands, 13-5 the score.
Wow. As she's saying, I don't know what to do. Kharlan looking so good.
Wow, wow, well, taken to the cleaners there.
Yeah.
Olga Kharlan, so strong. And that set things up for an incredible final. Kharlan against Velikaya, both of them looking really, really on great form tonight. The confirmation that Olga Kharlan is the winner of semi-final number 2. A brilliant performance by the Ukrainian. And thinking forward to the final against Velikaya, I think it's going to be quite a tight affair. It should be an exciting affair, that's for sure.
Definitely.
And Bianca Pascu, well, she's done well. She's got to bronze medal stage. She's really helped her claim to get to the Olympic Games.
So we're going to have a final.
Yeah, there's almost nothing in it. The match-up history between Kharlan and Velikaya.
No surprises this time. It's going to be a tight one.
So that will be happening just after we switch over to the men's foil.
Congratulate for the bronze medals.
These two have fenced 21 times.
Well, it's a mouth-watering prospect coming up later. Andrew, thanks for joining us for the semi-finals. We're going to have a change of weapon and a change of commentary team. We're going to bring in Mr. Foil, Karim Bashir.
Így van. Köszi, André.